All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Millennial Trades. It's January 6th, 2023. Happy January 6th, everybody. Actually, it's not a very happy January 6th for me because I am down substantially on my short position on PayPal. It's devastating. It devastated my account. I didn't blow the account up completely, but we're talking serious losses here. I'll get into that in a couple of minutes. I figured we'd do something a little bit different today. We had a request in the comment section. Somebody said, take us to the beach. So I wanted to show you guys what the beach looks like. I'm located in Virginia Beach. This is what it looks like during sunset. Now, it's not the West Coast, so you don't get the sunset over the water, but we do get the sunrise in the morning. So if you're trying to stick to a solar schedule, that can be, that can be a little bit better. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoy the scenery behind us. Where the boardwalk's right here, Atlantic Boulevard's right over these hotels, so many of them. I haven't done a video out here before, and it kind of reminds me of old times in some good ways and not so good ways. But okay, so markets today generally up. I mean, surprisingly, NASDAQ was up about 2%, over 2% actually. Just kind of an all-day squeeze on the SPY. The dollar was plummeting to the depths of hell, it seemed like. And so the conditions were really good. Bonds were up. We got this economic data, right? Obviously, as per usual, the data was mixed. The payroll numbers, non-farm payrolls came out. Okay, so we got jobs being created, jobs being added, yet the wages are going down. The Fed is attacking the wages. Okay, this is the thing. It doesn't matter how risky trading is, how risky the financial markets are. There's no way you can win playing the wage game. At least you have a chance if you're trading, involved in finance, involved in the stock market. I don't see any other way. So they're going after the wages now. Now, the fact that the wages were coming down a little bit, that was bullish, but you had the unemployment number, which was really key. It was a little bit lower than expectations. So again, mixed data. Service sector contracting as well. We had inflation data coming from the Eurozone showing that inflation is cooling a little bit. As per usual, mixed data. Very hard to read the markets. Dollar pretty much started plummeting right soon after the open. It looked like it was going to be a spectacular day for the dollar. Turned out not to be so. And so I'm watching all this and obviously, monitoring my trade, watching my trade just bleed money. I'm down over $6,000. I'll just come out and say it like that. All right. It's my fault. I take responsibility for it. All right. I mentally I'm in a kind of a defeated place right now, but I will get over it. Everything's going to be okay. The Lord gives and the Lord takes away, and we just have to kind of deal with that day to day, especially in these financial markets. But the fact that the Fed is going after the wages, I mean, they've said they want to go after the wages. They've said that the wages need to come down because they claim wages cause inflation. I don't know how I feel about that. We did have another Fed ghoul speaking today. Wasn't necessarily a bearish commentary or hawkish. It wasn't dovish either. And look, we got the seagulls. The seagulls coming to hang out. Isn't this beautiful? We should do this more often. We really should. It's good for the mental clarity too. So, okay, I'm thinking, right? Because everything looked pretty good to me yesterday. And right at the open, we kind of dipped. And everything looked like Amazon, Square, PayPal, they all looked like they were just going to start falling, filling gaps and doing whatever they have to do to create new lows. But that didn't happen. Everything reversed. The index is reversed. Amazon reversed, broke its opening high, broke its pre-market high. Same thing with Square. Square was up almost 8% at one point in time. I think it closed like up maybe 6-7%. And Square is close to PayPal. So for PayPal to only close up like 0.5%. No! PayPal totally fucked me, guys. Okay, I thought we were going to get another gap up. I thought we were going to at least open up before yesterday's closing price. None of that shit happened. And I should have closed the position, early on today when I was only down like $2,500. I should have just closed it, and I didn't. I didn't. I made a huge mistake. Didn't blow up the account. I still got reserves. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna get through this, but this it's a tricky thing, man. It's a real tricky thing. It's a lot of psychology, and obviously I've got some work to do. So it's the weekend. I'm glad it's the weekend. I don't have to think about this stuff as much. I'm going to try to do some more reading. I'm reading that book, Too Big to Fail. And so, again, these numbers, when they come out, it's like bad news is good news is bad news. The markets are definitely just in a very weird place. I mean, you can just see it in the price action. You can see it in the reactions. The Fed could make one comment and market goes up. Very next sentence, they make another comment, the market starts turning around. I mean, that's how volatile it can be. But we did get a lot of volatility, and that's good to see. That's encouraging that stocks like PayPal and Square and Amazon are showing at least some volatility, because a couple of weeks ago, we didn't even have that. I keep hearing a lot about CDs, right? A friend of mine suggested getting a CD. I just was at my bank at the credit union. They suggested that I open up a CD. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, as a stock trader, as an options trader, right? What's the most you're going to get? 4.5% APY. How much interest how much money would you have to even make, let's say, $1,000 a year in interest? You'd have to have, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to even make it worth it. So for some reason, they're trying to entice us into getting CDs. I don't know why. People that work for the banks, they, every time you go in, they're recommending these CD accounts, claiming that, it's going to help your savings. Again, I think that's a rat race. It's kind of like with the wages. The wages, these interest bank accounts, tying up your money. This is the thing too. You have to tie your money up for like a year, and it looks kind of oily. I'm not gonna lie. This water looks a little oily. It might just be in the light, but the water looks just a little oily. I mean, there's all kinds of tankers and stuff out there, so hopefully the water's not polluted. I would never walk barefoot on this beach because my brother claimed he got like warts or something, and the doctor told him there's human papillomavirus all over the sand here. So that's why I never walk on this beach barefoot. And you never know, there could be junkies around here, people throwing sticks and stuff. But it's a nice beach. It's better than Santa Monica's beach. I have to say that it's better than Santa Monica, much better than Venice Beach. There's no trash, there's no litter. Very temperate. I mean, it feels good. It's the middle of January. I'm out here without a hat on. I'm rocking the Pumas right now. I've come to another little conclusion about myself. When you trade, when you get involved in the financial markets, you can't help but analyze your own mind, analyze your own psychology. And I do this every day. Even though this loss is pretty bad, right? It's devastating to my account. It's devastating to my ego. It's devastating to my year-to-date P&L. Despite all of that, right? I really think that the losses may not be necessarily the main thing I got to tackle. What I really need to focus on this year is my spending. Okay? I spent a lot of money, and I really want to get into this because I truly believe this has happened to me several times. Aspiring to be a trader. This has happened to me several times, but it really feels like something spiritual just sort of whacks you in the face. You start thinking you've made it. And I haven't even done this only with trading. This has been with my online income. Back about 10 years ago, I had a vegan channel that blew up. As soon as you start thinking you make it, right? At least for me, I start thinking I've made it. I can buy buy a new car. I can buy some jewelry. I can take people out to dinner. I can get an apartment. I can move to LA. You know, all of these kind of very materialistic ambitions that I struggle with. As soon as I start pursuing that, it's like God just comes and whacks me in the face. And, you know, I take huge losses. But the losses wouldn't be as bad. They wouldn't be as severe had I not done a lot of the spending that I did and had that money been still in my trading account, right? So my account is down to $2,000. I'm going to post all of this on my shorts and everything. $2,000. I think it's a little over $2,000 in my account right now. And so that it's very humbling, you know, to see your account go from like 7,000 to 2,000 in 2 days. And it's all my fault. I can't blame anybody. I can't blame PayPal. As frustrating as it is, I can't blame PayPal. I can't blame, you know, the market manipulators. I can't blame the shorts. I can't blame the fact that I was that the rally just didn't follow through today. I can't blame the payroll numbers that came in. You know, and these are all thoughts you kind of you just sort of, when you're in the moment, you're watching these trades go red and they're just bleeding money, but you're just, I was in a state of hopium. All right, it's true. It's true, guys. I was in a state of hopium. I was really hoping that PayPal would bless me today, would just give me a miracle. In fact, PayPal was a deep red candle, filled a gap, popped back up, and then became a green candle with a long ass bottoming wick, right? It closed that way. It looked like it was going to close red. It for a while looked like, well, at least there's a bottoming wick there, but it's still going to close above the opening price. PayPal got above the opening price today. And it was beautiful, but unfortunately my contracts expired worthless. I should have gotten the contracts out for next week because I probably would have been right. And I could have bought some towards the end of the day, but I was just down so much. I'm like, I better just chill, come back on Monday and try to do better. So I've got serious things that I need to work on, right? Trading too big. Taking money out of my trading account to, you know, besides paying bills and stuff, to just spend. You know, I've got to get my spending under control, because if I wasn't spending so much money, just trying to, like, I don't know, fill this void inside, you know, that money would have been in my trading account. I would have felt confident to maybe maybe hedge it somehow, or it just wouldn't be as devastating. You know, when you have $10,000, $15,000 in your account, $20,000 in your account, you know, you can take a few $1,000 loss every once in a while. So I'm gonna have to trade a lot smaller for a little while until I can, get this together. I'm thinking about, you know, I like the scalping, but there are, you know, other moves, swing trades. I see other traders using 4-hour charts and 2-hour charts, 1-hour charts, daily charts, and trading off of those. But I'd have to buy option contracts, you know, way out if I'm going to be trading on a kind of like a weekly term or daily term, as opposed to intraday. And look, we got a little seagull friend here. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking, guys. And, you know, with all the economic data, especially with how they are attacking the wages, there is not 1 ounce of my soul that believes that I could win that game, that I could go back into the labor force and create any sort of life for myself. You know, I certainly wouldn't be able to do this. I'd be working, you know, wouldn't be able to come out here. Yeah, I know that sounds jaded. I know that sounds, you know, I don't know what it sounds. I don't know how it makes me sound. It doesn't make me sound too good. But a lot of other people, you know, feel the same way. I wouldn't be expressing this if nobody else could relate, you know. If I didn't think anybody else was trying to do exactly what I'm doing and was watching this channel and wanted just the real cold, hard truth from the depths of my soul, I wouldn't express that. But that's really how I feel. And I know, because they're going to bring the wages down. I'm not confident inflation is necessarily going to come down. And it just seems like this entire financial system is, you know, rigged against the worker. I mean, you could see the strikes in the UK, the strikes in New York. The nurses aren't happy. The bus drivers aren't happy. The postman isn't happy. You know, the medics aren't happy, the ambulance drivers, the police. I mean, all these sectors, they're all going on strike in the UK. And it's starting to spill over here in the United States. So there's nothing in my mind that's telling me I should go back out and try to do that. Yeah, trading is a big risk, you know. I don't want to call it a gamble, but it's a huge speculation. You know, who am I to turn $300 into $10,000 or turn $3,000 into $12,000? You know, I've done all of this in the past couple of years. And yeah, I've taken big losses. I think this might actually be my biggest loss ever. Oh, I should have a celebration. We're celebrating now. We're at the beach. We're celebrating I think this is my biggest loss ever. Not the most devastating loss because I have a little bit of cushion these days, but yeah, losing $6,000 on one trade, I don't think I've ever done that before. I think my biggest loss is like $4,000. And I was worried last year about being down $3,500 on the year, you know, last year when I couldn't like recover from that. And now I'm not down $6,000 on the year, but I'm down $6,000 on that trade. Jeez. I'll probably now make about $3,000 on the year. So I need to be patient. That's another thing too. Those are the three things I'm going to try to work on, is the spending, right? Try to size down a little bit, maybe try some different time frames, and being much more patient. So I don't want to take up all of your guys' time. I just wanted to share my shitty January 6th with you guys. I hope your January 6th is going better than mine. And I hope you guys enjoyed the sunset. Thank you for the request to do a video out at the beach. A little bit more impromptu. I don't have my notes and stuff in front of me, but you know, it's a vlog. So with that, as always, until next time. Oh, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Millennial Trades. And as always, until next time, I'll see you on the next video. And I want to show you guys this. Somebody made I think it's an octopus or something, a ghost. Oh, it's kind of cute. I like it. I like it. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.